Hi, thanks for joining me, and a special welcome if you're one of the new subscribers that's come in the last day or so. Great to meet all of you, and thanks to everyone who's subscribed in the past as well. Thanks for all your support. So in this video, we are going to do a reading as we go, because that's how it always rolls. But we'll take a quick look at the garden, and also going to talk a bit about manifestation and Merlin and the magic, and how last minute these things can be. So there's the hole in the roof. It's been a running thing since last winter, actually. We got that in a storm in, was it? I think it was early December maybe, and it's been open ever since then. And I've been really having trouble getting anyone to come down and do it, because they have to drive their van pretty much down a mountainside to get here, and nobody really wanted to do that. But just as we're in for a massive rainstorm next week, I got in touch with this amazing master roofer who's going to come down and fix it in a couple of hours time, so it might be done by the time the video's up. I hope so. Very, very last minute, but that's often the way when you ask the universe to help you, ask the angels to step in, and that's just the nature of magic. You know, that the more urgent it is, the more you need it, the more likely it is to happen. Got some very quiet chickens now. I've turned the camera on them. I don't know what to say now, do you? So the garden's still growing really nicely. These brassicas are getting massive now. Can't remember which ones are which, but we've got, oh, it's broccoli at the front. That's what we've got. Broccoli here. This is broccoli, and then behind that we've got I think it's cabbages, and I think these are cauliflowers at the back. Either that or it's the other way around. But the leeks are coming up a treat. Look at those, they're really coming on. Some potatoes have finally started to appear. And let's see if I can zoom in on one somewhere. Camera can't seem to find potatoes. Well, there's one. There's one. Anyway, there's quite a few potatoes coming up now, which has to be good news. I'm trying to build this sort of castle thing for the artichokes to grow up. And looking over here, the peas are coming on an absolute treat. They're really getting big now and starting to climb up the netting. So good stuff is happening in the garden, although it's kind of dim, it's kind of dull, and you know, the rain is on its way in. So really good to be getting the hole in the roof done. Oh, let's have a quick look at these as well. Pak choy lettuces, they just seem to be indestructible. They're coming on absolutely amazing at the moment. So nature is busy. Not only that, blossom is appearing on the cherry tree. I never actually get the cherries because the birds eat them straight away. But there you go. It's good to feed nature, isn't it? So it's just not sunny today. No, no matter how I try kind of dress it up or lighten the video, it's just not a sunny day, just one of those things. But let's start off with an oracle card as a significator. Can you even see that? No, it's just like really bad light. It's actually Lady Nada. It's Heart Awakening. Just a tick. I'll see if I can fix this. That's more like it. Lady Nada, Heart Awakening. Finally managed to get the lighting right. And it says, awaken to acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance. And that's what it's all about, you know. Balance is really where it's at. I did the 60-second tarot card earlier. If you saw that, you see it was the 5 of Wands. So it's all about kind of ruffled feathers and smoothing the way. And the key to that is balance. Balance is always the thing. And balance is why the universe does this crazy thing of kind of solving your problems that you've asked it to help with at the very, very last minute. It's just the nature of how angels come in and how angels work. So if you're trying to manifest something and it's just not coming together, try and awaken your heart, like Lady Nada said, to the idea that things will solve themselves when the time is right. It's amazing how many people try to manifest something and they'll put in what we sometimes call a cosmic order. They'll ask the universe to help with something, and then when it doesn't happen, like 2 seconds later, they'll cancel the cosmic order. And the thing to do is have faith, you know, and just trust that the universe is waking up to whatever problem you've just given it, and it's going to take a little bit of time. But the answer always comes last minute, but it always comes. So it's off up the road and then down the other side of the mountain when we get there, and I'm going to get some cash out of the cash machine because that's the way to pay this roofer, basically. So onwards and upwards. So it's cards time at last. I went and got the money. The roof has actually been done now, so stay tuned through to the end for a bit of, well, it's not exactly roof action because it's all finished, but stay tuned to the end to see the roof hole finally sorted out. So I've actually got 10 cards here today. We've got 5 cards from Work Your Light by the amazing Rebecca Campbell. And 5 cards from Tarot in Wonderland, which are like the meat of the reading, if that's not the wrong word to use. So we'll actually start with the Oracle card, I think, and then we'll see what the Tarot tells us about it. So card number 1, align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? Now that's a great question for the beginning of a reading, because this shows the healing possibilities and the progress that's possibly going to come to us through the reading. The progress that is definitely going to come to us through life, actually. But we can see this lady is very fragmented. Let me just tilt her up a bit because the sun is shining on the table there. And that's a good analogy, actually, because things can be very good, you know, like a sunny day, and yet still life can be out of whack. Things can be out of balance. And I think every human soul goes out of balance quite regularly. It's not an unusual thing at all. So align your life. That's the thing to think about. We can see exactly what this lady looks like here. She just needs to push things back together a bit, get things aligned, and things are going to get better. So what is the tarot card here? And the 9 of Swords. Right, and this is why life has got out of alignment. You see, this is the explanation. What we've got here is the Mad Marcher is in bed here, and he's woken up in the middle of the night, and there are 9 swords hanging over his head. Far too many things to sort out all at once, and every sword, really, in every sword card, represents some kind of decision, some kind of choice, some kind of mental effort that's got to be made to work something out. So many things need working out there. The answer is to take these swords down one at a time and work on each decision one thing at a time. Sort one thing out and then you've only got 8 tangled up instead of 9. Sort the next one out, then you've only got 7, and so forth and so on until you've only got the last one left. Or you could say that's go whichever direction you want to go in, basically. That's the advice. But you end up with one big decision left, and it's so much easier to take that decision because all the rest of it has untangled itself. Okay, so that's card number 1. This is where we're beginning, and this is that need for alignment, for getting everything primped and put nicely into position. What is card number 2? I wonder, and now I know, it's play. Have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. Well, that would be good advice for Mr. Mad Marcher in card number 1, would it not? Play, just don't be so serious. That is, it's a real good way of looking at life, actually. Let's just tilt this one up a bit so you can see that too. Only so much you can do with light. And by the way, guys, I'm very sorry about today's 60-second tarot being such a bad image on the video. I tried to get away with using a very old iPod to film it on for various reasons, which I won't go into and I won't use again. But there we go. Perhaps I'm being too serious about that. The point is the message got across. And the point is, guys, whatever you're doing in your life, we all come to this earth with some kind of mission, some kind of thing we've got to fulfill. Let's just bring the Orgone pyramid in there to just bring a bit of happiness and joy to the thing. Because, you know, playing... It's doing what you want to do. It's doing what makes you happy, and the more of that you can do, the more of that you can have in your life, the closer you are to actually achieving the mission that you came to this earth to achieve. So it's a real positive thing. If you feel that there's just no way you can take any time out to play, think again, friends. It's worth thinking about. It really is. So where is the tarot on this question? It's the Sheep Shopkeeper, one of my favourite cards anywhere in the whole all the tarot decks I've got, actually. Queen of Pentacles. So we've got the Pentacles of abundance. We've got the Queen, showing that, you know, we're really high up with this idea of abundance here. And this is still early in the reading, so it's a reminder that we do all actually have some abundance around us. We do actually all have the right to play a bit. And in the story of the tarot here, Alice comes into the shop, and the sheep shopkeeper, who is the Queen of Pentacles, tells Alice that she's actually earned the right to choose anything she wants from the shelves. But the thing is, Alice has to take it off the shelf for herself. She's earned it, but she's got to take it. So friends, you know, grab this opportunity to play. It's yours. It's something we all need in our lives. It's something that we all deserve. And in some ways, it separates us from all the other species, really. I mean, I think they all play one way or another. Someone once told me that iguanas never play. I think that's a crazy scientific theory, because I've seen an iguana playing. So get out there, you know, just play a bit, just enjoy life. It might seem like you've got something more important to do, but whatever important thing you've got to do, you have earned the right to take a bit of a break. We're all earning that right all the time. It's a serious old world. We do need to take a break from it. So do something that makes you happy, okay? In card 1 here, we've got do something to line your life up. Playing would be a good way to do that. It really would. It really would. Okay, so we come to card number 3, and now we're into the heart of the matter. This is what it all hinges on. Dance with life. Do something to change your energy. Very similar theme coming through these cards all the way here. And here's this lady dancing under the full moon. And we started this week off with a full moon. If you're watching in the future, maybe that's not the case. And welcome, by the way. The best time to watch these videos is right now, when you're drawn to watch them. That's a fact. But this lady is dancing with life. She's enjoying herself. And again, you know, it's that playful spirit. And it's that kind of defragmenting yourself, giving yourself a good defrag. It works on Windows, and if it can work on a thing like Windows, it can work in your life for sure. So what is the crucial, central, pivotal tarot card here? It's the 6 of Cups. Now with the 6 of Cups, things are looking pretty good, but there is a danger of getting drawn into thinking something might go wrong because it always went wrong in the past, thinking something might go better than it really will because everything always worked out well in the past in this respect, in terms of whatever it is you're thinking about, wherever your mission in life has got you at the moment. But it's really important not to be driven by sentimentality. That's what's coming up here. And you know, I guess you're allowed to be a bit sentimental, because all of this dancing and playing and lining your life up is all about enjoying yourself. It's all about letting go a bit. But that's one thing not to let go of, you know. Just kind of don't be driven by the past, whatever happens, because the past is old news. The good memories, the good positive lessons, and the love of the past are something we're meant to carry with us forever. But at the same time, we've got to live in the present, you know. The past is past and the present is here. And the present really is the doorway to the future. And as the middle card of the reading, that is very poignant, I feel, dear viewer. Okay, so card number 4, what's the short-term future all about? It's taking a leap. You go first, it says. The universe will catch you. And the universe will catch you, you know. There's not a tarot card, an oracle card I've got somewhere that says the universe has your back. And that is always a true thing, you know. We are all actually part of this greater universe. We live in individual bodies, and we live individual separate lives, because, you know, every one of us is a flash of light in the universe, and every one of us is here to express something else. There'll always be a little something different about you, something you can do better than anybody else living. It's a fact. Now, that is a leap of faith to really understand that and to really make that a real part of your life. But make the leap of faith, friends, whatever you do. That's the advice there. So what is the tarot telling us here? Here we have number 7, the Chariot, you see. So it's the journey. The journey is on. You've actually got to make that journey. In this version of the Chariot from Tarot in Wonderland, Alice just has totally the wrong tools to work with. She's trying to play a game of polo with a hedgehog and a flamingo instead of a croquet hammer and a croquet ball, I suppose. But I'm sure she gets it right. She's a very kind person. I'm sure she won't actually squash the hedgehog. She's just really having trouble getting on with the journey there. But you see, she needs to take this leap of faith. That's what it's all about. But the journey is definitely on, friends. That is number 7. That's what the Chariot from the Major Arcana is always on about. So the journey is on. The journey is happening. Where's it taken us, guys? Let's find out what the outcome is. So here is card number 5 from the Oracle deck, Keepers of the Earth. Okay, it's the very like the Keepers of the Light title there, isn't it? But it is actually from Work Your Light by Rebecca Campbell. Keepers of the Earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand behind you. And I think we'll have to look at the tarot card to get the significance of this, really. But that is such a true thing, friends. Hold on to that thought just for a minute. In fact, hold on to it for the rest of your life, if you will, actually. Because just like what we said here, the universe will catch you if you go first. The universe has your back. And a big part of that universe is past lives. And when we speak of ancestors, we really are looking at past lives. Because I firmly believe that there's a limited number of souls and we're reincarnating all the time. Very probably your soul has had several lifetimes that were based in the ancient back of beyond times. And so ancient ancestors are really a very important part of us. And the soul has always got that learning with it. The soul carries the learning very subconsciously, and it can take a past life reading to actually get in there and work it out. And there's no guarantee that a past life reading will take you to a particular past life. So this is hidden knowledge. It's hidden from us quite a lot, really. But know that you've learned whatever you need to learn for this life. You've learned it in the past. And the point of this life, the point of this incarnation is to make the most of what you've learned in the past and to be able to travel forward with it. So let's creep along the table and take a look at the outcome tarot card. What have we here? Oh, which way now? The Two of Swords. So we started with swords and we're finishing with swords. So swords are what it's all about. Here we've got 9 swords all tangled up. Here we've only got 2 swords. But it's not. I'm not going to say that's a step backwards. It's a step forward, if anything, because every sword is a big decision. Every sword is something to struggle with a bit, at least on a mental level. And Alice, I guess, is still struggling in this card. She's blindfolded, and the swords are pointing in 2 different directions. We've got road signs here as well. What do they say? One is pointing the way to the Mad Hatter. One is pointing the way to the Mad March Hare. So I guess it doesn't really matter which way she goes. Things are going to be mad anyway. But her higher self, you see, is beaming through the sky in the shape of the full moon behind her. And that is really what's going to guide her. There's no point in her actually looking for any new information at this point. She knows everything she needs to know, or she knows everything that's going to make a difference to her situation at the moment. And even though there's some fear of the unknown there, the fact is, all she can really do is move forward from this point, keep living life, keep on going. And she's not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside her. So there you go. Those cards all seem to go together really very well. And as an outcome card, this is telling us that we really have to keep on going forward. Just like the Chariot in the short-term future, we've got to keep moving. Life is a story. Life is always about moving forward. So there, my friends, are the tarot cards. Stay tuned and we'll have a quick look at the roof and at something else I've built in the garden. How about that? So there you are. It is all a journey. It is absolutely all a journey. And this last minute thing, you know, is very crucial. We had the Chariot card close to the end there, and the thing about that is, you know, Alice is trying to kind of make that Chariot journey and she hasn't been given the right tools, but she keeps going anyway. And then we got to the outcome, which was, again, a little bit confusing. But part of the message of the Two of Swords is that when you get there, you actually do have everything you need. It just doesn't feel like it. So, wow, it's been quite a day, actually, guys. I've almost forgotten what I started the video with, but lots has been happening. Let me show you the roof, which has come in the nick of time. It's about to start storming. We're expecting extreme rain and extreme weather, so There it is. You've seen the before several times actually, because it's been a running issue for months. And there is the after, all neatly done, all nice and safe against the rain. So I'm actually going to enjoy the rainstorms, thinking, haha, my roof is sorted out, everything's good. And the last bit of garden footage actually, there's the pea netting, there's the chair of destiny, there's the old water tank as well. And over there, I've built another sort of rig thing over the second lot of Jerusalem artichokes. 2 done, another 1 to go. I haven't put all the string around this one yet, but it takes them a little while to grow. They haven't even come over the top of the containers yet. But quite a nice day in the garden actually. The weather went really kind of rather miserable for a while, but it's gone nice again now. But what are you going to do about it? I think what are you going to do about it is going to be my kind of phrase of the day or words for the day or something like that, because that has been the nature of today. And that really is a lot to do with what the tarot reading we've just had was all about actually. What are you going to do about it? If you don't know, don't worry. All you've really got to do is, like the middle card said, dance with the rhythm of life, you know, because life is a rhythm. And the rhythm of life is much more important than the amount of time things take and the amount of different inputs that need to come. It's all a rhythm, you know, and it will sort itself out in the end, because the rhythm that really matters is the rhythm of the universe. That's what brought us all into this world, and that's what keeps us all going. So that's I think the big thing, the biggest thing I can say is just keep going, friends. Get yourself lined up as much as you possibly can, because this world is always pushing us to fragments, but just keep going. Okay, that really is the mission, and I think I might put that in the title as well, you know. And even when we think of the ancient magic of Merlin that I'm forever talking about, because it's palpable here, even though it's ancient, even though it goes back such a long way. All these things are growing because of that nature magic that Merlin represented. That's where it's all coming from. That's what makes it all real, really, and that's what keeps it all real. But we're always on that journey. We're always moving. Tinkerbell isn't always moving, but she's always being a cat. You know, maybe we could learn from that. Maybe we should rest, and maybe we should just stop worrying about stuff if we possibly can, because as she proves, you can jump up and move forward when you need to. And on that note, friends, thanks very much for watching. Keep it real, keep it twig, brother. Do check out my other videos, there's loads of them, and please check out my other channel for Astro Truth. I will put a link down in the description, all about astrology there, a sort of running commentary of astrology, 2 or 3 videos a week, all about what's actually going on in the heavens, what's going on in the stars, which is the other side of the coin of, you know, everything that psychicness is about, really. It's mystical, you know. It's the universe having its own input, and it fascinates me. I hope it fascinates you too. For Astro Truth, do check out my page at ko-fi.com/twig. There's a link to it down there in the description as well. And so thumbs up please if you've enjoyed this one, guys. Thanks ever so much for watching. Take good care of yourselves. Leave me a comment, we'll share the journey. Hit the subscribe button please if you haven't hit it already, and I'm going to crack on with life in this beautiful part of the world. Meanwhile, I'll see you again every Wednesday, every Sunday. There is a live session, let me see, 2:30 p.m. Central Time on Wednesdays, 3 p.m. Central Time on Sundays. That is 8:30 p.m. Wednesdays UK time, 9 p.m. UK time on Sundays. Good 90-minute session, if not a bit more, of doing readings, you know, one-to-one readings. It's so much more personal than the videos that I put out, which, like today's, which are for everyone and which will make some sense to you, I'm absolutely sure. But the great thing about the live streams is I can actually pull you a card, and I'm looking forward to doing that, so do join us soon. In the meantime, I've probably said it 10 times already, but I'm not very good with words like that. I'm always repeating myself. Take good care of yourselves. Have a fascinating time, but more than anything, have a fantastic time ahead. Be good to each other, and I'll see you again very soon in a future video. Love and light and blessings and peace.